may vary according to type of fabric and thread used. Place the two pieces of fabric, wrong sides together, under the presser foot and sew. When completed, gently pull the two pieces of fabric until the seam lies flat. When sewing a flat lock seam, a more attractive finish is achieved by threading the upper looper with a heavier or decorative thread. To disengage the knife on the 644D, pull the white knob to the left and downwards. To re-engage, simply reverse this action. To disengage the knife on the 744D, turn the balance wheel counterclockwise to align the setting marks. Next, push the knife release lever to the back. To re-engage the knife, turn the balance wheel counterclockwise whilst pulling the knife release lever forward as far as it will go. This is useful for overlocking seams where cutting is not required or for decorative sewing. There is a wide range of optional feet and attachments you can use with your new serger to help you bring variety and creativity to your sewing. On the My Lock 744D, it is necessary to fit the attachment mounting plate, to which each attachment can be secured. Simply remove the extension table and slide the plate through the slot and lock it onto the securing pins behind the front cover. After fitting the attachment, you can then replace the extension table. Turn the balance wheel towards you until the needles are at their highest point. Open the side cover and, taking the gathering attachment, rotate the arm towards you. Loosen the set screw and slide the gathering attachment through the slot and onto the machine from right to left and tighten the screw. Loosen the thumb screw and raise the arm until you can rotate it onto the needle plate. Set the bottom of the arm to the height of the feed dogs and then tighten the thumb screw. Set the thread tensions for normal serging and the differential feed dial to 1. Move the gathering arm towards you and place two pieces of fabric right sides together underneath the presser foot and sew slowly for 2 or 3 stitches. Ensure the needle is piercing the fabric, then raise the presser foot. Insert the arm between the two pieces of fabric. Set the differential dial to between 1.5 and 2.25. Now, lower the presser foot and continue sewing. The bottom fabric will be gathered and attached to the top fabric, which will remain flat. This foot is extremely useful when inserting nylon fishing line for bridal and evening wear. Set the machine for rolled hem sewing and use woolly nylon or decorative thread in the upper looper. Next, set the stitch length at approximately R, depending on the thread being used, and the differential feed at 1.0. Insert fishing line into the guide on the cording foot. Then attach the foot to the machine, pulling a length of line behind the foot. The fishing line used should be approximately 20 pounds or 9 kilograms breaking strain. Place the fabric or tulle under the foot and sew. The fishing line will automatically feed into the rolled hem as you stitch. When you come to the end of the fabric, leave a long length of fishing line attached. You can now stretch your fabric, taking in more line and giving you a greater lettuce leaf edge. To use the elastic gathering attachment, first open the side cover. Loosen the set screw and slide the attaching plate through the slot and onto the set screw. Push the snap to the left and raise the holding plate. This enables you to match the line on the supporting plate to the right-hand line on the needle plate. Tighten the set screw and close the side cover. Place your elastic under the holding plate, matching the right-hand edge with the line on the supporting foot. Lower the holding plate and secure the end with the snap. Move the slide plate across, up to the left-hand edge of the elastic. Turning the thumb screw clockwise will increase the amount of gather. Set the thread tensions for standard 4 thread serging and set the stitch length dial between 4 and 5. Place the fabric underneath the elastic and the foot, lower the foot and sew. Remove the presser foot and attach the piping foot. Set the machine for standard 4-thread serging or 3-thread serging using only the left needle. Lay the piping cord onto the wrong side of your bias strip and fold over. Place the piping strip to the edge of the fabric, right side uppermost. Slide it under the foot until the fabric touches the upper knife. Lower the foot, making sure that the piping cord sits under the groove on the left-hand side of the piping foot. This can also be used when inserting the piping between 2 layers of fabric, right sides together. To attach the cloth guide, open the side cover and loosen the set screw. Slide the attachment plate onto the set screw from right to left as far as possible and tighten the set screw. Loosen the adjusting screw and position the cloth guide level with the surface of the needle plate. Tighten the adjusting screw and close the side cover. The cloth guide will enable you to maintain a constant seam width. It is also a very useful guide when flat locking on the fold and when doing pin tucking. When using this cording foot, a padded rolled hem can be achieved, which looks great on table linens. Remove the presser foot and attach the cording foot. Set the chaining finger to R as for rolled hemming. Set the lower knife to its furthest right position and reactivate the upper knife. Remove the right-hand needle and set the tensions as for rolled hemming. Set the stitch length dial at R. Insert the cord into the cord guide and into the groove under the foot, pulling the cord to the back. Place the fabric on the top of the cord just in front of the upper knife. Make sure that the cord is under the indicating line on the foot and start sewing slowly. Using woolly nylon thread through the upper looper will give a heavier finish to the edge. To use the beading attachment, remove the right-hand needle. Remove the presser foot and attach the beading foot. Open the side and looper covers. Deactivate the upper knife and set the chaining finger at R. Loosen the set screw and slide the beading attachment onto the screw from right to left. Tighten the set screw. Close the side and looper covers. Set the left needle tension at 1, the upper looper tension at 3, and the lower looper tension at 7. Now set the stitch length to between 3 and 4. This setting will vary dependent upon the size of beads you are using. Place the strung beads in the channel on the beading attachment and pull to the back of the foot. Lower the foot and sew 2 to 3 stitches to secure. To attach beads to a finished edge, raise the presser foot and place on the edge of the fabric so that the needle will drop 1.0 to 1.5 millimeters from the edge. Sew along the edge to give you a beautiful finish. To use the blind hem foot, first remove the left-hand needle. Attach the blind hem foot and set the machine for standard 3-thread serging. Set the stitch length dial at 4 to 5, depending on the fabric being sewn. Fold the hem up and back and press the fabric with the raw edge of the seam extending 1 centimetre or 3/8 of an inch beyond the fold. Place the fabric under the foot with the cloth guide up against the fold of the fabric. Sew a few stitches, then turn the adjusting screw to reposition so that the needle just pierces the fold of the fabric. As you sew, keep the folded edge up to the cloth guide. When you have finished your hem, fold back the fabric and press. The stitching should barely show through on the right side. To attach the taping attachment, first remove the faceplate screw at the rear of the machine. Secure the tape reel on the faceplate and replace the screw. Insert your tape into the slot on the left-hand side of the tape holder from the inside outwards. Holding onto the end of the tape, turn the knob and wind the tape onto the taping reel. Remove the presser foot and attach the taping foot, leaving it in its raised position. Insert the tape into the guiding hole on the reel arm. Then insert it into the groove on the taping foot, pulling the tape to the back under the foot. Set your machine for standard 4-thread serging and place your fabric under the foot. Remove any slack in the tape by turning the knob on the taping reel gently away from you. Start to sew slowly. This is useful for taping shoulder seams in knitted fabrics to prevent stretching. The taping attachment can also be used in conjunction with the cording foot for easy feeding of cords. Your serger uses ballpoint needles size 11 or 14 depending on your fabric. For high-quality stitching, change your needles regularly. Ensure you insert the new needle to its highest position with the flat side to the back of the machine. Regular maintenance will ensure your machine runs trouble-free for many years. Clean around the loopers and knife with a lint brush and oil your machine as recommended by your instruction book.